Hi everyone, it's Christy. Welcome back to the next episode of Junk Journal January 2025. Today we're up to number 6, Embossed. Now I know a lot of people have fancy embossing machines. I neither wanted to spend the money or take up the space to have any such thing. But I do have a stylus and a metal template, so I'm going to do some simple hand embossing. This is my light box, so it has 3 levels of brightness, and as you can see, once I put down, yeah, that shows up on camera, okay? So I put down the template underneath. I'm going to turn it this way, and then with the paper over the top of it, you can still see where to trace with the nibs. So this one has a fine nib on this end and a little bit bulkier nib on this end. So most of what I'm going to do I'll use with the bulkier end here. So I'm going to just start by making a simple, looks like a sand dollar to me, but it's like a little flower. I might make a row of these down the edge, perhaps. So you just simply start in the middle of it and just start tracing around it. And I chose, this is 80-pound cardstock, I should have said that. 80-pound cardstock, and it's got kind of it's kind of glossy a little bit, which does help the stylus to glide over it quite smoothly. And so let me see if this shows up in the camera. Not a whole lot there, but if you turn it over, you can kind of see that it's now embossed on that side. And I will, once we do a few of these, I'll run a dauber over the top of it so it'll pick up some color, and then you can see better the embossing. I'm just going to make a few of these down the side. Actually kind of fun. I haven't used my light board in a couple years. I'd had it packed because I'd been in transit and moving, and so I just never got it back out. But now that I have it out, it makes me want to start drawing again. So I'm just starting with something simple here. Couple more probably. You don't have to press super hard, and in fact when you're on top of the light box you're not going to want to press too hard so you don't damage your light box, but you know, press firmly because you're going to need to bend the paper into the trough, if you will. Okay, so now, I know it's hard to see on this side, but I've got several of these star patterns. You turn it over, you can kind of see the patterns there a little bit more. You move this aside for a moment and grab a dauber. I should have had my dauber out. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know what color do I want to use. How about just a little bit of blue, maybe? Hopefully I have enough on here without getting out the ink pad. I'm just gonna... Yeah, that might have come out a little bit better if I would have freshly inked my dauber, but you get the idea. So there you can see the relief, and that's a simple way to do some embossing or etching, if you will. And then you can take it, since I made a row of them, I could cut it here and use that as a page trim on one of the pages. I could cut it and make it into a pocket. I know one of the prompts we have coming up, actually the very next one, is to make a tuck spot. So I might cut that out and do it in the next video to make a little tuck spot with that. But let me, since that went pretty quickly, move this stuff back out of the way. And I'll show you just a couple more. So, what do we want to do this time? Hearts? Maybe some hearts. So you can see that in this case, since this is an 80-pound cardstock, it's fairly thick. I do need to have it on the brightest setting of the 3 settings so that it has enough brightness to show through. So just gonna trace around that again, and maybe I'll just do some random designs here. So I hope you've been having fun with Junk Journal January. Let me know in the comments if you are creating your own junk journal with all of the prompts this month, or if you're just enjoying the videos that everyone else is making. Now, there's some little tiny dots in here, so I'm going to use the little tiny stylus to kind of help make that, hopefully that'll show through. Yeah, and it did a little bit. I don't think you would pick it up on the... See the relief there? The heart and the little flower. I'll do a couple more since I've got some other ones. Let me do this other smaller flower. And this smaller one, I am going to have to use the smaller stylus on here. Okay, and I'll just finish out the row with a couple more hearts, maybe. Give myself a little bit of space in there. Okay. Now, once again, I'm gonna turn that off, move it aside, and bring back the dauber just so you can see. You know what? Those last 2 hearts, I flipped the paper over, and the last 2, I thought those felt different. I had actually flipped the paper over, because you're going to see on one side there's an indentation, and the other side it's raised, because you're pressing it into it. So, somewhere along halfway in there, after I showed you, I flipped it over and didn't realize it. But either way, it's still going to be pretty. One's just the inverse of the other. One's the heart part sticks out, and the other heart is indented, so you can actually use it either direction if you wanted to. So that is some simple embossing using a stylus, a stencil, and a light board. And the light boards are readily available. There's a number of brands out there. I will try to remember to put a link to the one that I use in the comment or in the description below. And I'm not sure if it's still available. I got it several years ago on Amazon, but if it's still available, I'll link it down below. So thanks for watching. God bless you, and if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to check out the other videos in the playlist. See you next time. Bye.